Huge opportunity potentially here for Heather Monroe, the Killer Bay, making her PCW Ultra debut in this big #1 contenders match.
What an opportunity for Heather, who trained out of Santino Pros here in Los Angeles, California, has made a real name for herself on the scene here, and now looks to go in front of a national audience here on the Fight app, live here at PCW Ultra Believe.
Taya Valkyrie, so much pomp and circumstance and formality usually to her entrance. Little fun-loving here tonight, partner, looking very confident.
Taya Valkyrie, no shortage of confidence. There's a reason they call her La Güera Loca of Impact Wrestling. She is one crazy white girl, and you gotta love her.
Now, we talked about the momentum of Eli Everfly, momentum that he kept going. How about the momentum of Taya Valkyrie? In the most recent episode of Impact Wrestling in mixed tag team action, Taya Valkyrie tapped out Tessa Blanchard, the current Knockouts champion, and closer to home, the current PCW Ultra Women's champion, tapped her out with an STF center of the ring. And so now, if she can get by Heather Monroe, she'll get a shot at Tessa.
Big implications for 2019 here at PCW Ultra Believe.
Of course, Delilah Doom also might be on the other end of that. She battles Tessa Blanchard for the Ultra Women's title. What an atmosphere here at Believe, Christian.
Fans split down the middle between this bona fide star in Taya Valkyrie and the surging Heather Monroe.
Talked about Taya Valkyrie being an international star. She is indeed. Has wrestled a lot in Mexico. Part of AAA as well as Lucha Underground and Impact Wrestling, but not to be outdone. Heather Monroe has wrestled in Wenzhou, China. She wrestled recently on Impact Wrestling, emanating from Las Vegas, Nevada, and now in there with one of the very best. The winner of this one has a date with Destiny and a shot at the Ultra Women's title.
Yeah, but who will they face? Will it be Tessa Blanchard or will it be Delilah Doom? That is such an interesting question to think about. I mean, Tessa Blanchard has been the only women's champion in company history. Delilah Doom taking it off her tonight would be history making.
It's been somewhat a night of upsets here at Believe, if you think about it. Jake Atlas getting a victory over ACH. You had Eli Everfly surviving with a victory in that four-way match that featured the Business, Hammerstone, as Taya Valkyrie tying up Monroe, making Heather Monroe, the Killer Bay, pay the price.
Great submission wrestling from Taya Valkyrie, who abandons the position and goes into a front chancery. She may not have had what she wanted there, but she's controlling the body and the momentum of her opponent, and that's so important. The early stages of this match will determine who's more tired, who's got the gusto to finish in the fourth quarter.
This incredible physicality from Taya Valkyrie, and now Heather Monroe using her quickness. Little lucha in her own right with the leg sweep after the arm drag. Leg sweep the other way. And both of these ladies are well adapted to the lucha style. Back to square one here, partner. High stakes matchup. As you alluded to, both these ladies vying for a shot at the title. The Ultra Women's title will be defended later on here, I believe, as Tessa Blanchard, the undeniable, takes on Delilah Doom. Look at this little sportsmanship here, perhaps. Pillar of this great sport.
Whoa.
No, not sincere there by the Killer Bay. She might be playing with fire here.
Yeah, I don't understand why she would just slap her, but I like it. Heather Monroe playing with fire.
I heard that somewhere. Drop down there by Taya Valkyrie, by Heather Monroe, tripped up Taya Valkyrie. Big striking now by Valkyrie, goes upstairs and scores with the clothesline. Physical, effective offense, and gets the near fall.
Taya Valkyrie starting to show a little frustration in her body language, wanting to put Heather away quickly here. She considers PCW Ultra her territory, and she wants to defend that territory quick and decidingly. And that double stomp to the lower back can really make a case for a pin, but instead she just continues to gloat.
Some of the last remaining uncharted territory for Taya Valkyrie here in PCW Ultra, where we've seen many of the best the women's division has to offer. The likes of Chelsea Green, Britt Baker, Rachel Ellering, Tia Monte, Priscilla Kelly. And Taya Valkyrie in trouble now, got hung out to dry. And Heather Monroe, she is cagey, she is resourceful.
She sure is. She's going to use the outside of the ring now and the environment around the ring to her advantage. There's one thing we see from those Santino Bros graduates and students, that they're tough. And she's ready to have a street fight with anybody. Hopefully she realizes she's in there with one of the toughest women in this industry, Taya Valkyrie.
Monroe wisely there, rolling in. Veteran instincts there to break the count, where she'll get another 10 count to continue to unleash some serious damage on the outside. Valkyrie hits hard and heavy on the guardrail. Boy, we've seen a lot of action here in PCW Ultra spill out to this region. Certainly will later on as the tag team titles on the line in another All Violence is Legal matchup as War Beast takes on the Border Patrol later on at Believe.
That match is going to be absolutely insane. Border Patrol making their debut here as a team. And they're going to go and tear this house down. And that's coming up.
Into the cover now goes Heather Monroe, looking to punch a ticket to Anniversary 2K19 and a shot at the Ultra Women's Championship. Both of these ladies well versed in submission grappling. Monroe's got that 7-year stretch submission. On the other side, Valkyrie loves that local lock.
Local lock is a devastating hold. Can put any woman away. Can Taya Valkyrie, most men.
Little gymnastics there, agility by Heather Monroe, who I'll tell you what, when she has the advantage, she presses it. She keeps that foot on the gas.
Yeah, she's pressing on the gas right now, trying to switch to that 5th gear.
And the powerhouse Valkyrie might be getting gassed, as she has had to ward off and weather the storm here.
Monroe goes behind and looking for a submission here.
Variation of a camel clutch, but has that vice in there as well with the forearms. Tough to keep Valkyrie down in a position like this, though, Christian.
It really is. But Valkyrie's gonna hit the rope and try for a cross body and goes in for the cover, using the momentum to pin Heather Monroe there.
Valkyrie so well-rounded as well. And now big shot, and Valkyrie goes down, and Instinct rolls to the outside. Valkyrie's such a dominant competitor. How often do you see her having to just, in desperation, try and roll out of harm's way?
Yeah, but Monroe's a fighter, and the reason she's here is because she impressed Tom Vitale and the committee underneath him, and they decided that she could get a #1 contenders match here at PCW Believe, and it's that mean streak you see right there that comes out of her only in spurts. But when it's there, it's vicious, and it's something that actually gets her to where she is today.
Cover now
I'm
by
encouraging it.
the Killer Bay, living up to her nickname as she has been on the attack.
I like Monroe. She takes what she wants. She doesn't listen to the fans and whether they care or not. She's kind of like me.
Reversal now by Valkyrie, nobody home on the clothesline, and big spear by Taya Valkyrie, and that might be a window of opportunity for her to get back in this matchup.
Certainly could be. She caught that spear right in the center of the ring, but she's having trouble getting her win back too. Both women exhausted at this junction in the match.
She was almost bent in half, was Valkyrie, around that ring post on the outside, courtesy of the Killer Bay. But trying to catch her second or third win in this one is Valkyrie. Impressive back and forth matchup. Nice counter. Wow, the power here, stalling. Saito suplex. Oh my gosh, ragdoll.
An absolute vicious Saito suplex from Taya Valkyrie. And that's the kind of maneuver she needed if she wants to become #1 contender.
Heather Monroe, kind of a crazy cat lady, and she might have used up all of her 9 lives there, partner, after that stalling Saito suplex. And now Taya using her assets to continue to press the offense.
Loetta Loca getting this crowd behind her now. Double knees, devastating in the corner. Taya Valkyrie absolutely flying into the head and neck of Heather Monroe, in for the cover. Only 2. And you had to think that might have been it there, Todd.
It certainly was close. Heather Monroe just gasping there and was able to slide her shoulder out in that attempted pinfall. But right now the pendulum of momentum has swung drastically to the other side now in the favor. And again, we must remind you, this #1 contenders matchup.
Monroe fighting back. The momentum has gone back and forth. Todd, unbelievable.
Destroyer there by Monroe, trying to destroy the title aspirations of Valkyrie. Near fall, that was coming down.
I have no idea how they're kicking out. What a destroyer there by Heather Monroe, who got all of it, and somehow Taya Valkyrie, with the championship on her mind, able to kick out.
Boy, a physical Heather Monroe here. Dragon Sleeper drives Valkyrie down. Upset City, here we go. Monroe almost puts her away.
It may be an upset on paper, but the fans here, they know Heather Monroe. They know that it would just be commonplace for her to get a victory over a star like Taya Valkyrie. It's what she does.
Swing and a miss. Nice counter there by Valkyrie. Look out here. Stomps her face first into the mat.
Vicious stomp.
And now locking in that Loca lock. She tapped out the PCW Ultra Women's Champion, the Knockouts Champion, in tag team action with this. Is she gonna put away Heather Monroe? Monroe fighting, digging down deep, trying to get to the rope.
Using her nails to claw and try and get there. This has got to be it. Center of the ring. There's no way she can get all the way to the rope.
Monroe knows what this means. She does. Wow, what heart on display by the Killer Bay.
We've seen a lot of heart all night tonight. Heather Monroe is no different.
Question is though, partner, what does the Killer Bay have left after that?
We're gonna find out here.
Northern Light suplex. Beautiful bridge, but again, only 2.
Taya Valkyrie needs to be able to put this girl away now. She can't waste much more time.
Gotta wonder if the undeniable Tessa Blanchard and Delilah Doom looking on here. One of these 2 ladies will be waiting. Hold on, there's the road to Valhalla. Hook of the leg. Valkyrie conquers.
PCW Ultra